Hi everyone, this is Rich of the Rich Maxwell channel. Welcome back. If you're new, channels about drones, photography, videography and general cool gadgets to do with photography and video. So please subscribe if you're into those things and join me again for more videos, or even check out some of my other videos. I've got loads of content on here, tutorials, reviews, all sorts of little things on here that you might find interesting. Especially about Sony E-mount cameras. Do loads of reviews about my Sony cameras as I'm onto my third E-mount Sony camera now and absolutely love them. So this video I'm talking about the GoPro Hero 9 Black, which I recently bought. I purchased this with my own cash, so I'm not one of those YouTubers that gets free stuff and told to say nice things about them. My reviews are impartial, it's all my own thoughts, opinions on the products. So I shelled out £329 UK for this GoPro Hero 9 Black and pretty much ordered it the day after launch day when it was live on the GoPro site. So I got it a week later, and for the last few weeks I've been testing it out, trying to get some cool footage and shots with it, just so I can do this review properly really and actually show you some good content from the camera and help you, if you're interested in buying the camera, make the decision whether it's right for you. So the GoPro Hero 9 Black, it's just launched around about 1 month ago, and it's on a really cool offer here in the UK where it's £329 with a 1-year subscription to GoPro Plus. So that GoPro Plus subscription gives you cloud-based storage for all your GoPro footage and also discounts on all your GoPro accessories. So that could be pretty useful, but I'm not too fussed about the subscription. I just wanted the camera cheap, and without that subscription it's £429, so that's a crazy price. So obviously you'd be stupid not to just buy it with the subscription. There is some clauses in the subscription though, if you cancel it, that you have to pay the full price for the camera. So I don't know how that works. I might need to leave the subscription going for a year and even let it renew for 1 year to pay out another £50 before I can actually cancel that subscription and not get charged the extra £100 for the camera. But yeah, I'll see nearer the time, see if there's any way of stopping it auto renewing. But yeah, the GoPro Hero 9 Black is my first GoPro, and I've bought this because I thought it could be a good alternative and a good replacement for my DJI Osmo Pocket. Now the DJI Osmo Pocket I use as kind of like a B-roll camera when I want to get just cinematic footage really when I'm out and about, maybe get some shots of a landscape or just general shots of what I'm doing in one of my videos. So I thought the GoPro Hero 9 Black might be a good alternative to the Osmo for those sorts of shots. And so the GoPro Hero 9 Black, it is a big improvement I think over the GoPro Hero 8, which I was interested in, but it didn't quite tick all the boxes for me. But I decided that the GoPro Hero 9, as soon as I heard about its announcement, that it was the GoPro for me and it was time to jump on the GoPro bandwagon. So the GoPro Hero 9 Black, the positives that I found, the things that I like about it, the cool features that it comes with include 5K video footage. Now 5K video, you might think that's a bit stupid, all TVs are 4K, no one can display 5K. But 5K video is useful when you want to crop in on subjects, so you've got a little bit more megapixels there to punch in on things in your scenes. And so yeah, if you're into your editing of videos, then 5K is going to be really handy for that. Now it also comes with a cool feature in its linear lens mode, which is called horizon leveling. So this works a bit like a gimbal, where it will keep the horizon totally level even if you're juddering the camera around and you know, on a bike or something like that where you're a bit uneven and rocking about. It's going to keep it nice and level, and it looks pretty smooth. I must say it's as good as, I would say, a gimbal if you're sensible with it. Yeah, really impressive. Now the other thing that I like about the GoPro Hero 9 is it has various different lens options. This is the GoPro Hero 9 on wide mode, 5K, no boost on. Here we got linear mode. This is linear mode with horizon leveling, slightly more cropped in now. Now this is the narrow lens mode. So loads of different options, and the way that these lens options work, obviously it is just one lens on the camera, so it's not physically changing lenses like with a DSLR, but it does it in the software. And you might think that zooming in camera is just going to degrade your image quality, but it doesn't really work like that with video in theory. The reason for that is because that 5K and 4K video only really needs about like 9 or 10 megapixels of sensor. So the way it would do it on the wide setting is it would probably take the whole sensor image, and then it will down convert that 25 megapixel image to a 9K 4K video or 5K video. and then on the other settings like the linear mode, it will use less of the sensor, and then still have to downsample it a bit to make it into a 4K video scene. And then again on the narrow mode, even less of the sensors used. And then yeah, it might just be a case that it just uses a small part of the sensor, 9 megapixels worth of the sensor for that narrow lens option. So that is pretty cool. It's really handy and great to be able to just do that in camera, as otherwise you might have to mess around swapping lenses, putting magnifying lenses on and that sort of thing. The other thing I really like about this is that it has this hypersmooth 3.0 technology. Now the GoPro Hero 8 apparently had hypersmooth 2, and I've seen some footage about that and it looked really silky smooth and really good. So hypersmooth 3.0 is just a bit of an upgrade on that, adding in that horizon leveling mode, which is really cool. Now the other thing that's great about it, you got a front-facing screen for the first time on a GoPro, so that's great for vlogging, and if you want to get yourself in frame and just be able to see what the camera's filming, then that's really cool to be able to line your camera up properly with a front-facing screen. Now, like I said, price-wise, $329. It's a no-brainer really to go for it with that subscription direct from GoPro, as you look at it elsewhere online and it's £429 without the subscription. And other things that I really like about it is it's got a lot of mounts available for it. Obviously, GoPro always uses these little tab mounts, and you can just get so many different mount options. You can mount it on your car windscreen, you can mount it on your motorbike helmet, mount it on your wrist, on your backpack. You can even mount it on your dog's back if you want to get FPV footage of what your dog's doing and what your dog sees. So loads of ways to be really creative with a GoPro. And a GoPro is much more durable than a DJI Osmo Pocket. Obviously the Osmo has a mechanical gimbal which could easily get broken if you did anything crazy like sticking it onto your dog or onto your car. So I wouldn't recommend doing that with the Osmo Pocket. So yeah, loads of positives about it. It also does pretty good audio even without any microphone hooked up. Bit frustrating that you would need to get another accessory to actually use an external microphone, but like I said, onboard audio is pretty good. Personally, I probably wouldn't use it for vlogging, as I'd use my A7R III for that sort of thing. But if I need to, then yeah, I think the audio is pretty clear, and got some examples of that here. So this is the GoPro Hero 9, testing it out, walking along, vlogging in 5K 25 on linear with horizon leveling. So I'm deliberately trying to mess up my horizon here, moving my arms around, but it's still not going unlevel from the looks of it. The front facing screen is working really well, helping out my framing, getting me nicely in frame, but might see me better at this sort of angle, got a lot of sunlight behind me before. But yeah, it looks like really impressive footage, looks good. Pretty pleased with this little device so far. Now onto the negatives then. So the video quality, although it's 5K or 4K, I don't think it really is that great. It's obviously a very small sensor in a GoPro, whereas things like my Sony A7R III, it's full frame, and maybe I'm a bit spoilt by the image quality in that. But there is a vast difference when you really zoom in on your 4K or 5K footage on a GoPro. It really does have its shortcomings, and in particular when the light gets a bit lower, it's got a lot of noise, and also it compresses a lot of things in the image. So if there's a lot of like greenery, for example, a lot of trees, a lot of bushes, it will just compress that and it just looks a bit of a mushy mess, particularly in slightly lower light. And it doesn't even need to be like dark, it needs to just be kind of like dusk or even quite overcast, and it will just mess up the image quality a bit. Well, that's what I've experienced anyway. And the other negatives is it's a bit larger than previous GoPros, so if you're somebody that's concerned about weight, maybe if you do like FPV drone flying and you want to tie the GoPro onto your drone or mount it on your drone, it's going to add a bit more weight, so it might not be the best choice for you. And another negative is the touch display is not that responsive. You're often clicking buttons over and over, well, options over and over on the touchscreen in the menu, and it just doesn't do anything. So that's a bit annoying. It might be a case that they've used the same processor as in the Hero 8, and maybe the processor is just not quite strong enough to do the things this camera is doing, like just displaying the image on two screens, taking in 5K, 4K footage. So yeah, it is quite laggy to try and use this touchscreen at times. And another negative, if you're a previous GoPro user, your old batteries are not going to fit in this camera. They've got a whole new battery, but it's a higher capacity battery, so that could be a positive if you're fed up of switching out batteries on your GoPros, as it's going to last a bit longer now. And it probably needs that extra battery capacity because of the 5K video. That's going to certainly use a bit more power, and the front screen going to use more power as well. So that's my sort of initial review of the GoPro Hero 9 Black. Now, is it going to replace my DJI Osmo Pocket, and how does it compare against that? Well, the GoPro, it will be a lot more versatile, it's more durable, so for that reason I am going to probably sell the Osmo and stick with this. I just don't feel like if I take these two cameras out in my bag, I'm going to reach for the Osmo when this can just do a lot more. I don't really like switching things out in and out of my bag all the time. I like to just kind of have something in my hand and then use that really. So I think I'm probably going to be using this and then getting rid of the Osmo now. But the Osmo Pocket does have its advantages over this still. Like I said, it's got a mechanical gimbal, so footage is silky smooth, really nice smooth footage. And also the Osmo has a variable focus lens, whereas the GoPro, it's just sharp on everything, so you can't really get that depth of field. Like for example, in this video now, you'll notice my background is a bit blurred out and I'm obviously all sharp and in focus. That's because it's a low aperture lens, a f2.8 lens with autofocus on, and it's just locked onto me. But with the GoPro, everything is just sharp in focus, so you don't get that sort of subject separation from your background, which could be a negative if you're really passionate about your filmmaking and videography and you want to get the best possible results. It's not going to be as good as using the Osmo. So yeah, I hope this has been useful. Please subscribe, maybe give the video a like, and join me again for more videos. I'm no doubt going to put some more things up about the GoPro Hero 9 Black. Hopefully, once I've got my head around the camera better, I'll share with you my favourite settings and little tips about how to get the most out of the GoPro Hero 9. So yeah, join me again soon. Bye for now, everyone. Have a great day.